This is a Fox News alert. A pressure cooker has been found in New York City. Just moments ago, though, the New York City bomb squad gave the all clear. This scare, if that's what it is, comes just days after a pressure cooking bombing in Manhattan. Fox News Chief Intelligence Correspondent Catherine Herridge has been busy with her sources. Catherine, what do you know?
Well, the good news is that they've just given the all clear, but clearly the city is on a heightened state of alert. Just today, they issued a bulletin seeking information and the identification of these two men who were captured on surveillance video Saturday night in New York with the pressure cooker bomb that did not detonate. It was in a bag. They opened up the bag, they left the pressure cooker, and then went off with the suitcase.
So what else do we know about that investigation?
Well, these men are described as witnesses at this point,
right,
but not suspects. But what is striking to me is that the images of the men is so different than the leaks about them right after the bombing. They were described as homeless men who sort of happened upon the bag and seemed a little uncomfortable when they found the pressure cooker.
Yeah.
But they do not look like homeless people to me in that
Yeah, the
video.
idea was that this was just sort of an accidental thing. If they hadn't seen the bag, who knows what would have happened, right?
That's right. But anyway, at this point, they're considered suspects. Witnesses, not suspects. The other development today is that Fox News was able to obtain images from Ahmed Rahami's notebook. This is the notebook he was carrying when he was shot and captured on Monday. What you see in the notebook are the bullet holes from the shooting, as well as the blood. Yeah, there it is right there.
Wow.
Here's the big thing. There is a reference in the notebook to an ISIS leader, Adnani. He's a very big deal, and Rahami writes about how he was seeking justification for the killing of non-believers. But when you look at the criminal complaint that was just released last night with the charges and the evidence, they talk about his al-Qaeda references, but there's absolutely nothing about the ISIS leader. And this, to me, seems like a glaring omission, because if you had included the ISIS reference, it would have strengthened the complaint. But by leaving it out, you kind of whitewash the fact that he had these tremendous ISIS sympathies.
You think that's something political about that, possibly?
What I can tell you is that when you look at that page, Britt, it's very clear it's not damaged by the shooting or by the blood. And when you look at the criminal complaint, they mention al-Qaeda, this cleric, and then they kind of skip past that line and go on to another section of the journal. To me, it just does not make any sense.
I suppose they could amend the complaint later, though.
Yes, absolutely, they can do that. But why would you choose not to mention that when it would strengthen the complaint? You mentioned everyone else that he was following, but not ISIS. And what I would also say to close out is that he was totally amped up on this jihadist propaganda.
Right.
He was a real consumer of this radical ideology, whether it was al-Qaeda or ISIS. This was not something that he picked up recently. He was reading everyone, and it now appears for quite some time.
Catherine, thank you very much.
You're welcome.